meantime, we do want to let you watch and listen to the latest update put out by Moscow law enforcement officials on their YouTube and Facebook pages. It's about a minute 30, but it has kind of what Jake was describing about the voluminous number of pieces of data and information that they are pouring over to try to get a break in this case. Let's listen.
It only happens once a year, and the time is now. The year-end savings event at Beach Auto Brokers. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even the Jeeps gotta go. Now's the time to save thousands. The most money for your trade. Super low down payment.
Students are returning home for winter break. Does that present challenges for the investigation?
I think it's always a little bit of a challenge. We went through this, right after Thanksgiving and all that, but we have investigators all across the nation. We have investigators all across the state with the state police and the FBI, so we'll adapt to that and we'll continue to do our investigation.
What about investigators? Can they keep up this investigative pace over the holidays?
We will continue to keep up this pace. We're giving individuals time off when they need it. We're augmenting other people into those spots so that the investigation continues, but we're not going to stop investigating.
What kind of progress has been made regarding the search for information about the white Honda in Moscow?
We've looked at massive amounts of video footage, especially in the critical camera areas, and we've looked at the 24 hours prior to and 24 hours after of those, and now we're extending that out even further to other cameras and other time frames.
What kind of manpower does it take to really deal with all of the video coming in and the tips?
We have massive amounts of people looking at this, multiple different groups looking at the different videos in different locations, just because we have investigators all across the nation that are reviewing these videos for us and sending us back information on that.
Okay, that was Moscow Police Chief James Fry there with a very, very brief update on what some of the procedures in the investigation look like going forward. I just want to put up this map yet again that we referenced in Jake Karalexis's report about how the search has been now expanded somewhat a 30-mile radius there as investigators are asking for surveillance video in both of these locations. They're in Kendrick, Idaho, south of Troy. They're looking for surveillance video from a Phil's Family Foods from that store on the night of the murder when that happened. And then they're also looking for more information in Troy as well, 12 miles east of Moscow for surveillance video there. And we're also just put up a statement from Moscow Police, that accompanied this video statement by Chief Fry. They say, quote, after soaring through the majority of the digital content gathered from critical cameras during crucial times before and after the homicides took place, investigators continue to comb through hours and hours of digital content submitted by businesses, homes, and the public. The investigative pace will not slow down for the weekend or the holidays, and the departure of University of Idaho students returning home for winter break is not expected to cause any slowdown in the investigation.
No, but if the students coming back home, they get that motherfucker a chance to strike 4 more. Maybe even more.
Getting the latest from the University of Idaho murders from officials in
no doubt.
Moscow Police Department. Joining me today is Captain Roger Lanier from the Moscow Police Department, Moscow Deputy City Supervisor Tyler Palmer, Colonel Kendrick Wills of the Idaho State Police, University of Idaho President Scott Drake, University of Idaho Dean of Students Blaine Eccles, and Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson. We're thankful for all the tips and leads the public has provided in Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Madison's murder investigation. No bit of information is too small, and everything's will be pursued.
4 or 3 bitches.
So far, this information
information has helped investigators build a picture of the areas of interest and the relationships these four had with each other and our community. We still believe there's more information to be gathered, which will continue creating a window through which we view this case. We all want to understand why this happened and what drove someone to do this. The families of those involved and our entire community deserve to know. We ask anyone with any information related to what happened with these four who are in our community, their interaction with others, and whether they expressed concern or commented about someone or something strange, to get that information to us. Even if you don't believe it is relevant, investigators will review and determine if and how your information builds the picture. Sometimes what a video or a picture doesn't show is equally as important as what might be there. Information on how to submit tips and updates on the investigation can be found on the Moscow Police Department webpage. We continue moving forward
6 wins
to
at the
understand why
Game
this occurred
Awards.
in our community and seek answers to bring justice for the victims
Best
and their
narrative.
loved ones, because they deserve it.
They couldn't wait to put that
I
bitch
personally
up there.
want you to know we care and we will
Yeah,
continue to
that's
work
what they
hard
deserved it, though. They knocked that
to get
bitch
these
out the
answers
park.
for these individuals. At this time, I'd like to introduce Captain Roger Lanier for an update on what we can currently share about this investigation.
Right. You ain't get.
Good
Look,
afternoon. I'm
they
Captain
ain't
Roger
give me
Lanier
nothing
of
for
the
them
Moscow
getting that
Police
goddamn
Department.
award.
I
I wish
wanted to
they'd have
assure you
gave.
first off that
Oh, I got the
the
game.
loss of
Yeah, I
Xana,
know that's right. I
Kaylee,
definitely got that.
Madison, and Ethan remains the
But that
highest
bitch ain't nothing but
priority
the
for the
truth.
Moscow
That
Police
shit got
Department.
much
We will
replayability.
continue putting all of our resources
And
into
time. It's gonna
investigating
take time
and
to get
solving
through that
these
shit.
murders.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Investigators are prepared to work through the Thanksgiving holiday to continue their efforts. I also want to express our sincere appreciation to Daniel State Police, the FBI, University of Idaho, and the Utah
Yeah.
County Sheriff's Office for their assistance. And I especially want to thank the community of Moscow for their outpouring of support
Damn right.
through this incredibly difficult time.
Spartan
Today I'm
cloak
going
and
to recap
everything.
in brief
I'm gonna
what
wait
we
for him to
know.
get his cloak.
I'm going to provide some new information, and I'm going to address some
Damn
rumors.
right.
On the evening of
Yeah.
November 12th and into the early morning hours of November 13th, Kaylee
Gonna
and
be some
Madison
crazy shit.
arrived home at
Or
approximately
he'll get some
1:45 a.m.
Egyptian
after
shit.
visiting
It's
a
gonna be
local
some
bar
Egyptian weapons.
and a street food vendor. Ethan and Xana were also out in the community at Sigma Chi, and they arrived home at approximately 1:45 a.m. Two
That's where he
surviving
going.
roommates
He
who were
definitely.
also out in the community arrived home at approximately 1 a.m. Later, on the morning of November
Oh,
13th,
for sure, for
at
sure.
11:58 a.m., a 911 call was placed. The call reported an unconscious person. The call originated from inside the residence, and the surviving roommate's cell phone was used. During that call, the dispatcher spoke to multiple people who were on scene. Moscow police officers responded and found 2 victims, 2 on the 2nd floor and 2 on the 3rd floor of 1122 King Road. The results of autopsies indicated that the 4 were stabbed multiple times and were likely asleep during the attack.
Spears,
Some had
arrows, and
defensive
swords.
wounds, and there was no sign of sexual assault. We do not believe the following individuals were involved: the 2 surviving roommates, the male seen in a grub truck video circulating on the internet, a private party who drove Kaylee and Madison home, any of the individuals who spoke to the dispatcher on the 911 call. We're also aware of a male whom Madison and Kaylee had called several times the morning of November 13th, and we do not suspect that individual. Detectives have canvassed the neighborhoods looking for evidence, physical evidence, video surveillance,
and they've contacted numerous residents to see if anybody may have
Oh,
seen
you can't
or
break
heard
that
anything.
shit.
They continue requesting tips. They can be sent
Oh,
to our
for
tip
sure.
line or called in to our tip line. The specific areas that we're interested in are detailed on maps on our city website and our Facebook page. But as stated earlier, generally south of Taylor Avenue to Palouse River Drive and the area west of US 95 over to the Arboretum. We've heard mention that Kaylee stated she may have a stalker. Detectives have been looking into that, and to this point have been unable to corroborate the statement, although we continue to seek
Oh no, you
information and tips
man.
regarding
I'm
that
tell you
report.
like this now.
No
So
suspects
get
have been
get
named
what you
or
want out the
arrested,
game now.
and we continue
When
looking
in my
for
day, as
what
I
we
tell
believe to be a
Roy,
fixed
in order
blade
for me to play
and
the
their
video
previous
game, I had to
offenders.
put a quarter in the machine.
We have not released the names of any of the subjects who called on the 911 call. We did not release the call itself. Any online reports of the victims being tied and gagged are not accurate. Regarding the resources that we've put forth in this investigation, the Moscow Police Department has 4 detectives, 24 patrol officers, and 5 support staff dedicated to this investigation. The FBI has 22 investigators in Moscow and 20 additional agents assigned in various locations, as well as 2 members of the Behavioral Analysis Unit. The Idaho State Police has 20 investigators,
Got
a
the
public
pink
information
diamond.
team, a
Got
forensic
the pink
services crime
diamond.
scene team, and 15 uniformed
Pink
troopers who have been
diamond.
valuable in helping provide
Pink diamond.
community patrols and safety patrols. We very much appreciate their support. This is our highest priority. It will remain our highest priority. We owe that to the families. At this time, I would like to introduce Colonel Kedrick Wills from the Idaho State Police.
Thank you, Captain, and thank you for those that are in attendance today for your attendance. We really appreciate this. What has affected Moscow and the community here has affected all of us as Idahoans. We have a way in Idaho that the communities come together in tough times, and this is one of those tough times. Leads from the community are important, and as the captain spoke, no tip is too small, and we would urge anybody that has any information whatsoever to please provide that to help us solve this case. The lead agency of this case is the Moscow Police Department with Chief Fry and his dedicated team of professionals, and the Idaho State Police's role is to support them and their good work here. There is an awful lot of efforts going on behind the scenes, and I'll explain why it's behind the scenes in just a moment. But what can't be seen isn't always known of what we do in law enforcement, and I'd like to explain that in just a moment. But the Idaho State Police and the FBI continue to provide resources to this investigation. I would like to speak for just a moment, if I could, not about this specific case, but rather an overview of how cases are investigated, so that maybe it'll give some sense of the why of the timeline here. We understand you want answers. We want answers too. But these take time, and if I could explain just a minute about the process here of what we go through just generally in investigations. So we use in advanced investigative techniques and crime scene processing. So what happens when a call comes in, the original officers, the first officers that respond to a scene, and then once that they've got their work there and determined that they need some additional investigative assistance, then they call investigators to come and help process that scene. And oftentimes it requires a forensics team to help process that scene. And when I say process the scene, what we're looking for any evidence that may help us to be able to find the people or person responsible for what we're seeing. And so we're collecting biological evidence, we're collecting latent evidence, whether it's shoe prints or tire marks or anything like that. We're trying to collect that evidence. We're trying to we do that through photographs, we do that through 3D mapping to be able to map the scene. We identify and we mark evidence, and then we collect that evidence. And then we look for any evidence that we think may be helpful, And once that is done, then we package all that evidence up and we send it off to forensics laboratories to be analyzed to see if it can help provide clues of what's happening. All of this takes an immense amount of time. The reason this is important to understand is because it's important that while this is such a tragic circumstance we find ourselves in law enforcement, we believe we owe this to the surviving families to get this right. And so we're not willing to sacrifice speed for quality. We do testing for blood, we do latent print processing, any documentations for anything at the scene so that we can reconstruct that scene at a later date. If I could share just a few statistics of this particular crime scene. At this crime scene, we collected 103 pieces of individual evidence. We took approximately 4,000 photographs. We've conducted multiple 3D scans of the residence, and we have hundreds of hours used by technicians and investigators, including our forensics team and detectives from multiple agencies. We processed over 1,000 total tips and conducted 150 interviews. I hope that you understand that gives a little bit of a perception of just how complex this case is. We have the utmost confidence in this investigation and that this investigation will be done right. We ask you and we ask the public to please remain patient as this investigation unfolds. And please rely on official sources of information. We really appreciate the media's assistance. We know you have a job to do. We know that you're professionals and you do it to the best of your ability. And we're thankful that you're here because without you, we could not get the correct information to the community that can help us solve this. So I can't overemphasize how much I appreciate and we appreciate in law enforcement your willingness to do this. What you are doing matters. And it matters in what we are committed to doing, and that is the best way we can think of to honor these victims and their families is to conduct this investigation correctly. Finally, I'd like to share that I've been in regular contact with Idaho's Governor Brad Little throughout this investigation. Governor Little is making available up to $1 million for expenses related to this ongoing investigation. As you heard, the resources that are here in Moscow and throughout with this investigation, you can see that those expenses would add up quickly. Like all Idahoans, Governor Little is deeply saddened by the loss of these 4 bright and promising young lives.
Come on, man.
And he's making sure the state of Idaho provides all of the resources possible to ensure that the person or persons responsible for this are brought to justice. And now I'd like to turn the time over to the University of Idaho President, Scott Green.
Good afternoon, I'm Scott Green, President of the University of Idaho. We deeply appreciate the kind words of support we have been receiving from our alumni and friends, as well as many others who may not know us but have taken time to reach out. People are donating to the victims' GoFundMe pages and the Bruce Pittman Fund for Students in Need, and they're buying personal devices for our students and continuing to look for other ways that they can help. This is what it means to be a vandal. In the last 24 hours, we have sent updated communications to our students.
Dumbass nigga here, bro. Bubble mask. I'm gonna catch
it. They killing Gunner right now.
I ain't reading no papers.
He said that nigga snitching.
Even though it's a risk and I don't know what.
I ain't reading no papers. I ain't made some words. I ain't doing any of that. I got Buddy in court actually tell me. So I don't want to hear nothing.
He said, I got Buddy in court. Tell her.
Whether or not you agree or acknowledge that the statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a game, and you have personal knowledge that
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Two gang members have been sentenced to life without parole for a deadly armed robbery at a DeKalb County gas station. A jury found Cordarius Dorsey and Quintavious Jackson guilty for shooting and killing a husband and father of 6. It happened in 2019 at a gas station in Gresham Park. The DeKalb County District Attorney says Dorsey is associated with Slaughter Gang and Young Slime Life, and Jackson is also associated with the Slaughter Gang.
They used to say, words couldn't hurt me. Videos of my nigga getting thirsty. Go ahead, I put him in a hearse. It's getting murky, this time I deserve it. I'm ready for whatever war. Sunny been a matador, standing for the days I'm dreaming for.
And we're staying on top of this breaking news tonight. Within the past 45 minutes, Atlanta rapper Gunna walked out of the Fulton County Jail. The rapper, whose real name is Sergio Kitchens, entered a negotiated guilty plea, what's known as an Alford plea, allowing him to also maintain his innocence. Gunna was in jail on racketeering and conspiracy charges, part of a large gang indictment that includes rapper Young Thug and other alleged members of YSL or Young Slime Life gang. And also today, alleged YSL co-founder Walter Murphy negotiated a guilty plea in the RICO indictment ahead of the trial scheduled to start next month. It was 6 Channel 2's Mark Whitty is live in the Fulton County Jail with what all of this means today. Mark.
Yeah, some big stuff said in court today. We got wind that something was going on in the YSL case, hustled down to the courthouse, got there in time. I shot the hearing on my iPhone. It is a major, major development in a major case.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
That Sergio Kitchens, perhaps better known as music star Gunna, was gonna get out of jail soon.
He said, it's gonna, he said, YSL Gunna is gonna get out of jail. Oh, shit.
And the parties agreed that upon completion of the special conditions that I will enumerate, the suspended sentence will terminate by consent order.
The Fulton County District Attorney's Office says Gunna pled guilty to the single county faced in a sprawling indictment focused on the alleged criminal street gang YSL against him and more than 24 others. Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. The guilty plea entered as what's called an Alford plea, where a defendant doesn't admit he committed the crime, but acknowledges it's in his best interest to plead guilty.
If caught by any party in this case, you will testify truthfully, but reserve any Fifth Amendment rights or privileges against self-incrimination. You agree to perform 500 hours of community service, a substantial portion of which will require that you speak to young men and women about the hazards and immortality of gangs and gang violence, and the decay that it causes our communities.
A Sergio Kitchens press statement suggests in the case of his Alford plea, he's, quote, maintaining my innocence toward the same charge, unquote. It says, while I've agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. In court, some startling statements.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that the statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and
nothing further. YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes. A YSL indictment includes Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug. His attorney, Brian Steele, has said
Mr. Williams committed no crime.
Judge Ural Glanville.
I find that you please freely and voluntarily entered. I find the factual basis for your plea, and I'm going to accept your plea as tendered and as negotiated.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
Now, Jacoby Hudson, defense attorney for YSL case defendant Walter Murphy, confirmed that late Tuesday, Murphy pled guilty to a racketeering conspiracy count and has been released from the Fulton County Jail already. Hudson says Murphy will not testify about the conduct of any other individual defendants. Hudson indicated how Murphy changed his life after he got out of prison was a major factor in the deal. Reporting live outside the Fulton County Jail, Mark Whitting, Channel 20.
So, 3 members of YSL already admitted this again. That's a documented fact. That means courts can go ahead and say everything they want to. Bruh, Thug is done. Bro, take your plea, take your look, get up out of there. You probably gonna end up getting like 10 years or something and end up doing like 8.5. It's a wrap. I just gotta ask the question. Gunner, who was you gonna be if Young Thug never met you? We done heard your whack high school rhymes and everything like that, bro. I don't wanna hear nothing. So don't no homies call me, don't no homegirls call me, none of that. If we cool down there and you try to be like, bro, this, that, and everything, and you already know down in the section, I don't wanna hear nothing. You already seen it. I ain't going off with nobody wrote nothing like that. He said this out of his own mouth. We done. Everybody talking about, oh, he need a DP. Nah, he getting a put off. We don't do DPs when you don't write. Nah. Ain't no DPs. Now, will he still be YSL after this? Yep. We already done found 5 snitches in that camp anyway. I was little buddy that shot with Snoop Pants, a whole bunch of people. Y'all go back, look at the videos. I've been exposing these rats from day one. Man, it's ugly. And the worst part is, he didn't have to do it. None of those promises gonna stick. You dry snitched on Thug. You literally said, well, I was in the car with the guns, but it weren't mine. Well, then who else was it?
Come on, man, don't bitch ass.
Thug, man. I hate it had to be you, bro. But that's what happens when you got a big heart in this stuff, man. Thug wouldn't even be in none of this BS. Had his homies. This, if y'all look at it, bro, Thug really ain't do nothing but show loyalty to his homies. The little boy-headed right dude, I can't think of his name. He the one that got into it with all the cats. He the one. And then it turns up. So this ain't even Thug's fault. But you know what, bro? It's what happened, bro, when people start looking out for themselves. I guarantee they was talking good about age and all, spending Christmas with your kids and all that and everything like that. You would have got away with it. You would have got away with it had we not had that camera footage. Nobody was going to know. And yes, you can be called to testify, but they said you can invoke your 5th Amendment. But you will be called to testify. So, bro, I don't know what you gonna do. You gonna turn around and then go stand in court for Thug and all them and everything in March, and then basically plead that this, that, and doctor up a lie or something like that? We'll see what happens.
Come on,
the
man.
only way you can save yourself is if you turn around and when you take that court stand, you take that stand, bro, and you fix this. Other than that, man, bro, it's bad. Shady Park, huh? I know some of them cats from up over here. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. You ain't from there no more. Nah, that's it. We done with that. Y'all expect me to keep it real? Because you know that I will. I do this daily, baby. Check out the Nightly Nash podcast. Also, Streaming Music Steady Nash if you have not. It's on all streaming platforms. Guaranteed you're going to find something like, probably like that, Overly Thug and Freestyle, or maybe something different. Let me know in the comments. We possibly shoot that music video.
Hi, Aaron. Can you pick up 10 $500 gift cards for the office bonuses and email back the PIN numbers?
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the up-and-coming Festive Surprise update for GTA Online and everything new we're expecting to be added in this year's update. Now, every single year, Rockstar likes to release a brand new DLC around Christmas, which is known as the Festive Surprise Update, and every single year it comes included with some new features, some new additions, and also a set of probably the best discounts and bonuses of the entire year. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about everything we're expecting to be included in this year's Festive Surprise Update, and also when it's likely going to be released into GTA Online. Now, we got a ton of really awesome and exciting information to discuss today, so make sure to drop a like rating on this video to show your support, as well as subscribe down below for more daily videos just like this. But first off, here is today's shoutout of the day, and right back into the actual video. Now, today's shoutout goes to a really awesome YouTube channel known as AxeFV. Now, as a lot of you know, I love supporting and uplifting upcoming gaming content creators, and AxeFV is a perfect example. Now, they post all sorts of incredible gaming montages to their channel. Now, right now, they've been on a roll with a ton of really awesome Fortnite highlights, and their montages are some of the best that I have seen in quite a while. They upload new montages one time per week, and also do live streams every 2 days. What I love most about their montages is that they're not too long, so you don't really get bored after watching them, and every single time it is a new and fresh montage that is totally different than the previous one, so there's always something new and fun to watch on their channel. So make sure to click the first link in the description down below to subscribe to AxeFV on YouTube today for some of the best Fortnite montage videos around that are uploaded every single week. But with that being said, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a little while now, you will know that there's actually 2 separate updates that we'll be releasing this month into GTA Online. Now, the first update out of the bunch has already been released, and that, of course, is GTA Online Los Santos Drug Wars. That is the main headline DLC for this month and pretty much this entire year. It is a massive update that I definitely recommend you try out if you have not already. But in addition to that update, there's actually a smaller update that we'll be releasing later this month, probably during the last week of December. Now, this is going to be the Festive Surprise update for 2022, and this is a yearly update that Rockstar introduces into GTA.
Before I was diagnosed, there was nothing really to worry about. And then when I was diagnosed, there was just such a big weight on my shoulders. Every night I felt like maybe I will wake up tomorrow. But there's no way this is going to win. I'm winning.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital works day after day to find cures and save the lives of children with cancer and other life-threatening diseases.
You know, there are treatments that were invented within the walls of this hospital that have continued to improve the cure rates for pediatric cancer. And St. Jude's not going to stop until every single kid gets that chance to walk out of the doors of this hospital cancer-free.
If it weren't for St. Jude, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
This place has really shown us the strength of what can happen when so many people work together as one. People want to be a part of the cure.
thanks to generous donors like you. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. For just $19 a month, you'll help us continue the life-saving research and treatment these kids need. Join with your debit or credit card right now, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt that you can proudly wear to show your support.
I think it's the most worthwhile place to put your money when it comes to childhood cancer.
Because it takes a heart for somebody to say that I'm willing to give to St. Jude so that they can help save more lives. That's huge.
Our giving to St. Jude is right up there with our mortgage. That's the priority that we put on giving to St. Jude.
Please, call or go online right now. Become a partner in hope today.
GTI Online, and they've been doing this for many years now. Now let's first talk about what type of new content we're expecting to be added in this update. Now, with the release of Los Santos Drug Wars, Rockstar is obviously not going to be releasing another massive scale DLC in the same month. However, we are expecting some content to be added, and based on what we've seen in the previous years, it seems like Rockstar will be adding around 1 to 2 new vehicles in GTI Online. So if your money is running low and you may want to buy a new vehicle soon, I recommend waiting just a few weeks because one of the new vehicles could be something that you really want. So we could be getting around 1 to 2 new vehicles, which is likely what Rockstar is going to be doing. And then in addition, they will likely be adding new adversary modes and other game modes to GTI Online, both for a limited time and some new ones that are permanent. Now, these game modes are not going to be complete game changers to GTI Online. They're not going to be new heists or anything along those lines. However, Rockstar does like to add some pretty interesting modes, especially for the players that have really played already everything in GTI Online. So there's likely going to be around 3 to 4 new game modes added into the game, and whether they're going to be permanent additions or temporary has yet to be seen. In the past, Rockstar has done both, and last year, they added 4 adversary modes to GTI Online, and then they removed them a short while later. Now, the big thing that is going to be added in this update is probably some of the best discounts and bonuses for the entire year. This is essentially Black Friday in GTI Online, where pretty much everything is discounted in the game. So, as I mentioned earlier, if money is running low for you in GTI Online and you may want to consider buying something soon, I recommend waiting until the end of this month because it is very likely that the item you're looking at is likely going to be discounted. Last year, pretty much everything in GTI Online was discounted to an extent, especially with buildings and that sort of thing. So if you're looking to acquire a business especially, it's likely going to be discounted in GTI Online. So Rockstar has not yet released the full list of discounts and bonuses, but if you want to get a little preview of something we're likely going to get this year, I will leave a link in the description down below to the bonuses that we received last year in GTI Online. And while this year they're definitely going to be different, that should give you a pretty good idea of the type of discounts and bonuses that Rockstar is likely going to go with this year again. So everything ranging from a lot of businesses being 40 to 50% off, a lot of vehicles being discounted 40 to 50% off as well as some total freebies such as free sticky bombs, grenades, proximity mines, and all of that good stuff in GTI Online. All of that is likely going to be coming back in one form or another this year, so make sure to keep an eye out, and also don't forget to log into GTI Online around Christmas time, because that is when you need to log on to claim a lot of these free items that I just mentioned.
One thing I always strive for when I do makeup on like someone I've never done before is to make them like look at themselves and be like, this is the best I've ever looked.
Just mentioned.
With the remote control tank? Not the RC Bandito, a remote control tank. Oh, alright. Oh, alright. All right. Mm. All right. Ah. All right. No doubt.
Even though it's a risk and I don't know what's on the other side, I'm going to...
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the up-and-coming festive surprise update for GTA Online and everything new we're expecting to be added in this year's update. Now, every single year, Rockstar likes to release a brand new DLC around Christmas, which is known as the Festive Surprise Update, and every single year it comes included with some new features, some new additions, and also a set of probably the best discounts and bonuses of the entire year. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about everything we're expecting to be included in this year's Festive Surprise Update, and also when it's likely going to be released into GTA Online. Now, we got a ton of really awesome and exciting information to discuss today, so make sure to drop a like rating on this video to show your support, as well as subscribe down below for more daily videos just like this. But first off, shout out of the day, and wrap out into the actual video. Now, today's shout out goes to a really awesome YouTube channel known as XFV. Now, as a lot of you know, I love supporting and uplifting upcoming gaming content creators, and XFV is a perfect example. Now, they post all sorts of gaming montages to their channel. Now, right now, they've been on a roll with a ton of really awesome Fortnite highlights, and their montages are some of the best that I have seen in quite a while. They upload new montages one time per week, and also do live streams every 2 days. What I love most about their montages is that they're not too long, so you don't really get bored after watching them, and every single time it is a new and fresh montage that is totally different than the previous one, so there's always something new and fun to watch on their channel. So make sure to click the first link in the description down below to subscribe to XFV on YouTube today for some of the best Fortnite montage videos around that are uploaded every single week. But with that being said, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a little while now, you would know that there's actually 2 separate updates that we'll be releasing this month into GTA Online. Now, the first update out of the bunch has already been released, and that, of course, is GTA Online Los Santos Drug Wars. That is the main headline DLC for this month, pretty much this entire year. It is a massive update that I definitely recommend you try out if you have not already. But in addition to that update, there's actually a smaller update that we'll be releasing later this month, probably during the last week of December. Now, this is going to be the festive surprise update for 2022, and this is a yearly update that Rockstar introduces into GTA Online, and they've been doing this for many years now. Now let's first talk about what type of new content we're expecting to be added in this update. Now, with the release of Los Santos Drug Wars, Rockstar is obviously not going to be releasing another massive scale DLC in the same month. However, we are expecting some content to be added, and based on what we've seen in the previous years, it seems like Rockstar will be adding around 1 to 2 new vehicles in GTA Online. So if your money is running low and you may want to buy a new vehicle soon, I recommend waiting just a few weeks, because one of the new vehicles could be something that you really want. So we could be getting around 1 to 2 new vehicles, which is likely what Rockstar is going to be doing. And then in addition, they will likely be adding new adversary modes and other game modes to GTA Online, both for a limited time and some new ones that are permanent. Now, these game modes are not going to be complete game changers to GTA Online. They're not going to be new heists or anything along those lines. However, Rockstar does like to add some pretty interesting modes, especially for the players that have really played already everything in GTA Online. So there's likely going to be around 3 to 4 new game modes added into the game, and whether they're going to be permanent additions or temporary has yet to be seen. In the past, Rockstar has done both, and last year they added 4 adversary modes to GTA Online, and then they removed them a short while later. Now, the big thing that is going to be added.
Everyone, go home. He just paid his outstanding taxes and gift cards.
Added in this update is probably some of the best discounts and bonuses for the entire year. This is essentially Black Friday in GTA Online, where pretty much everything is discounted in the game. So, as I mentioned earlier, if money is running low for you in GTA Online and you may want to consider buying something soon, I recommend waiting until the end of this month, because it is very likely that the item you're looking at is likely going to be discounted. Last year, pretty much everything in GTA Online was discounted to an extent, especially with buildings and that sort of thing. So if you're looking to acquire a business especially, it's likely going to be discounted in GTA Online. So Rockstar has not yet released the full list of discounts and bonuses, but if you want to get a little preview of something you're likely going to get this year, I will leave a link in the description down below to the bonuses that we received last year in GTA Online. And while this year they're definitely going to be different, that should give you a pretty good idea of the type of discounts and bonuses that Rockstar is likely going to go with this year again. So everything ranging from a lot of businesses being 40 to 50% off, a lot of vehicles being discounted 40 to 50% off as well as some total freebies such as free sticky bombs, grenades, proximity mines, and all of that good stuff in GTA Online. All of that is likely going to be coming back in one form or another this year, so make sure to keep an eye out, and also don't forget to log into GTA Online around Christmas time, because that is when you need to log on to claim a lot of these free items that I just mentioned.